Good morning, traders. How are we all doing today? Welcome to another live stream session. Today is July 1st, 2024. We will be going live for about an hour today. And super excited to be here, super excited to get into the zone with you guys. This is my favorite part of the day. I am not lying. I enjoy spending time with you guys. I enjoy hanging out, trading a little bit in front of you guys while you guys ask me questions and kind of get inside my head as to why I make certain trades that I do. And so the market opens in just a few minutes here. Of course, you guys all know I'll be spreading my link around into our Discord server, which is growing very nicely here. Got a lot of new members over the weekend and daily members that join. So welcome if this is your first time watching. We go over stocks that you guys call out. I play off of our Sunday night stock talk company setups that are oversold for the week. And ultimately, we just have a really good time. We share our thoughts and our best strategies for trading. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. Market does open in just a couple of minutes here. Looks like in about 3.5 minutes, the market does open. And yeah, so welcome. We're going to give a couple seconds for everyone to join. And I got one more link to spread to our private group of over 70,000 members. And there we go. Getting a little faster at it, definitely a little faster at spreading these links around. And drop a comment below if you can hear me, you could see me okay. And drop a comment. That would really help out a lot. All right. Let us begin. Welcome to another live stream trading session. Like I said before, it's July 1st, a new month. I got my 4th of July shirt on, I guess. My birthday is also on July 3rd, so I get to celebrate 2 days. July 3rd and July 4th. Pretty cool. So almost time for the market to open. No coffee today, drinking water. So our key focuses today are: direction must be in our favor. 2, we must understand patterns from the past so that way we can possibly predict patterns for the future. 3, understanding key levels like support and resistance. And 4, having opportunity cost. I don't want to spend $1,000 to make a buck. I'd rather use $1,000 to make a couple $100. Now, Bitcoin has been selling off. It did have a nice push up over the weekend, and ever since it got to those $63,000 highs, it has been just selling off since. So now it looks like it's bouncing off of 62.5. I did add Bitcoin Cash because it seems like it's a little bit more relevant, a little bit more closely related to Mara. Now, Bitcoin Cash obviously goes off of Bitcoin as well, but because Bitcoin is at $62,000, you can buy, it is a bit over, it is a bit of a higher price to get into, but as you can see, Bitcoin Cash is only about $387. It is pushing up very nicely. Now, this could be a bear trap, so let's be aware that as Bitcoin Cash pushes up, it looks like Mara is actually selling off. So I do want you guys to be aware of that. Market opens in less than 1 minute. And right now it says pre-market, it is up to 2034. It did get up to highs. It looks like it's been selling right around that 2050, 2030 mark here. And it did get up to as high as 2078 from that Bitcoin bounce. So when Bitcoin went up in these areas right here, and as you can see here, when Bitcoin pushed up pre-market, it showed that Mara went from 1986 all the way as high as 20 $1.78, which means it had a $1 increase pre-market. Now it started here, so I woke up at 2 a.m. thinking that I could get in at this point, and there was no way I could get in at this point. So we are going to be trying to buy a few shares at market here. Let's see, Bitcoin selling off. This is selling off again. So we're going to wait and see what happens here with Mara. I could have had a limit order at like 1986 or something. So actually I may set a nice limit order down here if it pushes down again, like 1980, 1985. So if it comes down, I will be buying some of that. Looks like it may start pushing up, seeing how Bitcoin is overextended, oversold. It may start pushing up, but doesn't mean it has to here. It's at 2052. Let's go ahead and just buy 10 shares. It looks like I've missed some of this run up already. It may just continue to sell off now. Buying at overbought levels is not good either. Buying at overbought levels is never good. But it's already up 10 cents from where I bought. I bought at 2060. Now, Chipotle not doing much. Actually selling off a little bit. JD pushing up very nicely, as we stated in our Sunday night stock talk, how this could definitely bounce up. Let's go over those real quick. So JD is about to hit that previous support level. If we go to the 4-hour chart, as you can see here, it did bounce around at $25 mark, so it is possible that it can bounce and start riding a nice direction up in upward momentum. OCGN also going along with this trend line here, and as you can see, it was 3 stages of reversal. It was rejecting, consolidating, and now it's has a confirmation stage. Plug not doing much here. It is trying to bounce off of this support level very nicely. It's up 1%, and TQQQ is also bouncing off of that 45-day moving average. DJT selling off, and that's okay. If it can come down to these levels, then we may consider buying it. But for right now, it is selling off. Bitcoin Cash was up very nicely. Now it's just selling off. Here we go. Mara going along with this trend line. And so Mara is what we are trading today. We're already up $4. Now this can have a very nasty pullback, so let's be aware of that. But for now, it is pushing up and making newer highs. I am going to turn my sound down just slightly. Oh man, I should have bought more shares. Even at 2060, if I would have went in a little bit heavier, we'd be up 2.5%. I only bought 10 shares, about $211. Now I can buy a lot more shares if I want to. Some selling pressure here. Plug is up 2%. TQQ sold off very, very nicely here. Now in the 1 hour, looks like there's a lot of heavy support right around this level, a lot of support, but not much resistance until you get way up here. I mean, obviously this is a resistance. I like that $74 level, so not very good. Whoops. That would have been support. This is resistance. So very small opportunity cost there. Mara coming down. So we're going to sell those 10 shares at market. Locking in around $5 here. Hi, good morning. Happy Monday, Major. Hello, welcome. Hello, hello. So I really thought Mara would have been up in those like you know, $21, $23 levels, just like we predicted on the Sunday night stock talk. So it's not up to this golden level where we thought at $25, but that's okay. It is pushing up, making newer highs. And yeah, pretty cool, pretty solid start to the morning here. Pushed up very nicely to 21.29. We were able to buy at 20.60 and sell at 21.17. So very nice. I do have a limit order here to buy 10 shares down at the 1985 level. If it does push back all the way back down, then we will definitely buy some more. As you can see, Bitcoin Cash has a nice descending pattern. That means it is just slowly going down. So even though we're playing off of these little dips and little buys up, it is actually selling off right now. Same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is selling off. The 45-day moving average, or the exponential moving average, which is our blue line, actually crossed over the 200-day moving average, which is the green line, indicating some selling pressure. So we do want to be aware of that. Definitely selling pressure on both ends. Now it is selling off. We actually locked in profit at a perfect point here at 21.17. Bitcoin seems to want to push up a little bit, but again, that could be a fake out here. It could be a fake out, or it could actually touch up to these areas. Identifying key support, key resistance. This would have been a resistance level, so it is now a support level. As well as this lower support level here. Now getting in, if we would have set our limit order around 1985 or even down at 2032, we could have already seen a 7% play. They are up 6.5% pre-market. Now it is starting to push back up. We're going to buy another 10 shares, nothing crazy here. And this is risky. Buying up this high is very risky. As you can see, it's starting to sell off. I think I jumped it just a little bit too soon here. How are you guys all doing today? Good morning. How was your weekend? You guys have a great weekend? And also, do you have any companies you want me to check out? I definitely can. Let me know and I can do that. Selling off. Sold too soon, I think, at 2107. But it looks like it's going to be selling off today, so we are going to wait here. I did buy at 2114, sold at 2107, losing about 7 cents. So not too bad on 10 shares with like 70 cents. I don't think it was very much. Gonna wait a little bit on this one, guys. So if there's any companies you want me to call out, definitely do so now as we watch this sell off. Now I am gonna set a limit order. It wants to bounce off of this 386 level. Which means there's some pretty good support there. Bitcoin pushing up slightly, Bitcoin Cash selling off. And there we go, big sell off here. This could be a fake out. I do have 10 shares set at 1985. There we go, selling off. I hope the fish tank isn't too distracting. I got to put some more water in it. Usually the water will last a very long time during the winter months, and then during summer, of course, it evaporates a little faster. But if you hear something trickling in the background, it is the water, the fish tank. Okay, there's a lot of heavy consolidation right there. I think we're gonna buy another 10 shares. This starts to push up a little bit. 2088, nope, selling off. It's still selling off, so let's be patient here. We want to wait for a sign of reversal just like this, and then we could play this little push up, which is only about a half a point. But when Mara pushed up just now, it went up almost 4.5%. So we don't want to cut ourselves short here. I got a limit order of 10 shares down at 1985. Now I already have used about 20 shares. Which was a roughly, what, $400 that I used as a day trade. $600 right here for another 10 if I use it. Still selling off. Bitcoin's selling off very nicely. That's what we want to see. It's going to bounce off of this EMA line and start going up. Yes, it is. I'm going to buy 10 here. See if it pushes. Oh yeah, heavy push. Buy another 10. Come on, baby. Bitcoin wanting to push. Mara wanting to, or Bitcoin Cash wanting to push up. There we go. It's pushing. Not as much as I wanted to, though. Nope, coming back down. Coming back down heavy. Very heavy. Gonna end up using all my trades. Showing some signs of support right here on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash, another support level, very, very strong support level right here. So I'm going to put it right here. As you can see, it touched 1, 2, 3, and now 4 or 5 times on that $387 level. So if it breaks past this, we could be in trouble. Wanting to push up though. It is pushing up. That is good. Having trouble getting past that 45-day moving average though. So do be aware of that. It's just having trouble, guys. Having trouble getting that momentum that we want. Now the blue 45-day exponential moving average is going up. It did cross over the 200-day moving average, which is the green line, showing indication of it having upward momentum. It is in our direction. So we will see here. Now, this is more of a risky play. I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I only show you what I'm doing in the stock market. So I have no problem holding it at $20.80. I have no problem trading it at $30 or at $19. I have no problems holding it at $18 because I know it's gone up as high as even $23 and even $34 in the past. So there is a lot of there was 3 stages of reversal here. It did reverse, it did consolidate, very heavy, and it started to show signs of confirmation, but now it's kind of back in that consolidation period. Now on a smaller scale, it had the reversal here, 3 stages of reversal. It had the rejection period from $21 all the way down to 18.12 cents, and all the way back up again, showing confirmation to 21.29. Now it did just touch that 21.29, indicating that it is now in that overextended period, which means it could easily sell off. Now it didn't break past this resistance level. It's been a very heavy resistance level since May 23rd. So almost a month and a half, it has not been able to get above that 21.26 level. We'll see what happens if it plays right along with our trend line here. That would be great for us. I could have bought a few shares right here and averaged down a little bit, but ultimately it looks like it's having trouble getting up past that 45-day moving average. It did bounce nicely off of this support level, but it looks like it is just selling off. So we're gonna wait and see what it does. I still am, you know, a couple dollars green on the day. Hello, good morning, welcome. We got a good amount of people watching today. Let's get double digits here. Let's cross over to double-digit marks. If you guys have any companies you want me to check out, definitely do so. Plug up about 2%, OCGN up 1.6%. Now OCGN is going right along with our trend line, continuously going up to that $2 level, way up here. So we'll see what happens. Doesn't mean it has to, but it is possible. TQQ just kind of selling off still today. DJT selling off. It did hit that support level, so that is nice to see that little bounce off of support right where we said it would. And TQQ definitely selling off, way oversold from where its support levels are. Now it can come down all the way as low as $72 or $71, so be aware of that. This was just one single support level, which wasn't too important. JD had a nice little push up. It looks like it is in that consolidation period. It had signs of rejection and now it's consolidating, hopefully starting to show signs of confirmation where we can trade this and go from lows of 26 to possible highs at 27, almost 28, and even highs at $29. So we'll see what happens there. Chipotle Mexican Grill just had a huge 50-to-1 stock reversal, which means it was trading at $3,000. It's now trading at about $60. So you can buy 50 shares. That would equal $3,000. Or you could simply buy 1 share, and it's about $61 at the moment. Now this thing could revert, could bounce off of support levels. It could sell off even more. So we're waiting to see what this does. We're going to set our alert here for when it does start showing signs of confirmation or, you know, signs of upward momentum. But right now it's selling off very heavily. Bitcoin Cash broke that support level. So support level is now a resistance level. And we will draw a new support level down here where it bounced. And we'll see what happens. As you can see here, Bitcoin could go down a little bit more. Bitcoin Cash is bouncing off of that. So let's see where we are as far as levels. Okay, pushing up very nicely. Is it going to hold? It's possible. Here we go, nice push up. Well, not anymore. It's actually pulling back. Yeah, heavy pullback here. So it may trade in these 384 levels. Now, why is that? Because it has before. As you can see here on Bitcoin Cash, it has gotten as low as 378. So do be aware of that. We are going to put a line here. And as you can see, it was heavy resistance for a while. And now it's a strong support. And we're going to see if this can hold up as support, or will it crash back down and go to even lower support levels way down here. Okay, so there is 3 support areas. There is a couple key resistance levels right here. And so we are going to be tracking off of those. Boom. Okay, it is kind of mid-range and it is selling off. So we did buy at a high point here today. Now, obviously, it can go much higher, but it looks like it's almost done with that rejection period for the 3 stages of reversal. Now it's been in this consolidation period for quite some time. We're waiting for this to break out so we can start loading up even more and potentially make a little bit more money. Now, it did break out of this trend line of going down, which is very nice, from lows to highs. And, oops. Undo, and as you're able to see, it broke this trend line, so this trend line is no longer effective. See it going down? We were able to draw this out and identify a strong trend line going down. It is now in that consolidation period, trying to basically get into that confirmation period. So we'll see exactly what happens. Major, is NVIDIA a stock you expect to be shorting anytime in the near future? Let's take a look. NVDA, NVIDIA. Major, I probably would have already shorted it for a 15% profit on that. That would have been very nice. Why does NVIDIA look so weird? This is weird. There's no ticker tape on it. That's odd. It is selling off now. It may bounce off of this green 200-day moving average, or it can go past it very nicely as well. So I may go long on this. If it starts to show signs of a bounce, that's a 20% profit. Now, it could go as low as $75, right, and get back to these levels, $75 to maybe $90. So we're going to wait and see what happens. We're going to set our alert above 122, and we're going to set our alert below 115. And we're just going to watch it and see, because right now direction wouldn't be necessarily in my favor. Huge sell-off. EMA line has crossed over the green 200-day moving average. So that'll be interesting to see. We're going to add this to our oversold watch list because obviously it's extremely oversold, but still not something I'm willing to play just yet. And it could bounce right here at these levels very easily. It could start showing signs of upward momentum, being able to lock in even a 4 to 5% profit. But yeah, I mean, it is hitting some support levels here to go possible long. And like I said, make 17 to 20% profit on NVIDIA. But as far as shorting it, I would not short it. I feel like we missed it at the top here. It's already down about 15%. That'd have been a nice 15% play. So good call out, Major. Here we go. We're going to lock in a little bit more money on Mara. We're going to let this ride up, and then as soon as we see any sign of a pullback, we are going to sell. Sell 20 shares. We're going to just sell right now. And it's showing heavy resistance right there. So we did lock in about $10 so far. Not bad. Buying low at $20.85 and $20.90 and selling at $21.17. Very nice. 2090 to 2117. Like 2085 to 2017 for another 1.5% profit. Now it is selling off again, so we literally bought a little bit high, not gonna lie. We could have bought at 2070 and had a 2.5, almost 3% profit instead of a 1.5. So that's what I mean about waiting for confirmation. You know, I wanted to get in when these green candles were hitting, so that way I can make some money. But we lost about 1.5% profit on that move. So again, we're just gonna wait. And it could just continue to go up as well. So it's at 2004 or 2104, I'm sorry. And it can continue to rise because it is so oversold, extremely oversold here. Whoa, look at Chipotle. Chipotle selling off. Huge sell-off on Chipotle. That would have been a nice short. A 3% short play there. JD potentially going to bounce off of this EMA line. Bitcoin selling off, so we're going to wait for this to come back down. We're going to buy some more and do it again. NVIDIA's pushing up a little bit since you called it out. This could be where it bounces, guys. This could be where it finally starts to bounce. TQQ, past its support level, finding support down at $72. Now TQQQ goes over the entire market. So when the market does really well, TQQQ will do well as also. DJT bouncing off of that support level, up about 4.5%. That would have been a nice little play. Here we go, another bounce possibly here. Did I get in too high again? That's 2, 4, 6, 8. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. How are we all doing today? Thanks for joining another live stream. Tina and Major, you guys have been awesome. Showing up consistently every day, week after week. You guys are doing great. Guys have any companies you want me to talk about or any stocks you want me to review, definitely do so now. Touching that EMA line on Bitcoin. We're going to get out of this one. Oh, got out just a little bit too soon. It is showing signs of upward momentum, clearly. Those sell-offs can be just as brutal, so be very cautious. Bitcoin's starting to come back down again. There it is. I feel like we sold at somewhat of a tip here at 2097. Could have waited a little longer, as this could push all the way up to 2129. That is very possible. Whoa. Pushing up. Look at that. Huge, huge push up. Coming back down. Very risky to play it this high up, guys, okay? Very risky. It could pull back very heavy, which is what it's doing right now. Mara pushing up, or Bitcoin pushing up. 2116. A little too risky for me, guys. I'm gonna get out. Even if it pushes up, I'm gonna get out. Man, it is pushing up. Every time I sell, it pushes up. 2114. Nope, there it goes. Okay. It's been trading for about 30 minutes. Now, why am I buying in 10 increments, right? Why not just buy 100 shares down here? Because if it changes direction, we could lose a lot of money. So what I've been wanting to do is add to it. Like if I would have got 10 shares here, 10 shares here, 10 shares here, 10 shares here, then I could have sold up here and we could have had a nice, good profit. But that didn't happen. I bought at 2060. I sold at 2117 without adding any more to my position. And then ever since I've been trying to buy, and basically I've been scalping it because it's kind of been going down. And then missing the opportunity down here at 2070 because I bought at 2090 and 2085. Sold at 2117, so I did lock in a few dollars. It was like about 10 bucks. I'm going to take this limit order off way down here because I'm not going to get filled down there, although it did come all the way down to that level earlier. Major, I queried your autopilot 30K portfolio trading the other day. Feel free to share a link or a video. So I don't have a video on the 30K margin account just yet. Why do I say margin account? Because it's still on WeBull. It's still my margin account. Okay. I can buy, sell, I could short. But at the moment, I have not mentioned it or talked about it at all. So definitely be aware of that. It is something that we haven't discussed in our videos yet. I really don't want to discourage people too much as far as that goes. But I can tell you, Major, that that video is coming soon. And basically, I can go over it briefly here, that it's a long-term investing account. So I've really built it up to the point where it pays monthly dividends every single month. 1% is very realistic to make every day, sometimes, you know, even 3% a day, depending. I own a lot of Gladstone. They pay a monthly dividend. I own a bunch of Coney as well. Coney has been doing very well. So when you average it out, it's a significant amount of money, and it is growing very nicely. Now I do pull out of my 30K margin account monthly withdrawals to obviously support myself and my family. So it never really gets above, you know, $40,000. And I'll go into more detail about that. I've been wanting to for quite some time now. Either haven't had the time or really the will right now to do that. But I promise, Major, as soon as I do, you will be the first to know. Major, those are quite fantastic returns, no pressure. Yeah, really this channel is all about investing for beginners. And I know that many beginners don't have such a large account to be able to invest in. So I try not to discourage too many people. By using such a large account. Wow, Bitcoin pushing up, very nice. And now it's selling off. Mara didn't get too much of that though. I mean, Bitcoin pushed up so much, so did BCH, and Mara is not seeing much of that at all. See how much of a push it had? Whereas Mara almost had no push at all, and usually it's magnified. Usually Mara will push up way more aggressive, selling off here, so showing some signs of resistance right around this key level. Understanding key levels is very important. As you can see, this was a support. It now became it was a resistance. It is now trying to become a support level. If it can stay above this level, then that's really good for Mara. Selling off, hitting this EMA level. And Major, if you are really interested, we could actually talk a little bit more in private if you want, just so that way you can kind of understand a little bit more about my margin account. And I don't necessarily have to do a public video either. So if you are really interested, I wouldn't mind talking a little bit more about that with you, Major. You have been a very loyal subscriber and viewer of the morning live streams, so that would be okay with me. Reach out to me either on the Discord or on Facebook Messenger. Man, I want to trade this thing heavy, make a few bucks, get in and out. Okay, cool. I'll check out Discord. It is free, and I don't think you really need anything. I think you just have to put your phone number in or something just to verify that you're not a bot. I'm gonna go a little heavy, guys. I'm gonna go a little heavy here. 50 shares, $1,000 at 2107. See if we can get a little bit of a push up. Push up just a little bit more for us. Now it is tracking a support level here. Is it going to stay on that support? Nope, looks like it's going to sell off. Got a little greedy and held. It was up $15, which wasn't bad. I mean, this is a high risk account anyways. So we have 50 shares right now of Mara. And of course, when I go heavy, it sells off. Basically taking all my daily profits away. And that's the thing, I bought way too high up. I bought at the resistance where we shouldn't. I should have waited for confirmation, and we could have bought at a lower level. Yep. With Coney, when do you have to be in for dividend and how long before you can sell? Great question. So with that, the ex-dividend date is always like a day or two before. You want to own the ex-dividend date a day before. So if the ex-dividend date is on the 5th, then you want to own it on the 3rd or the 4th. Because if you try to buy it on the 5th, it's already tracked you as a shareholder. So you don't want to get it on the day of the ex-dividend date. You want to get it on the day before, or even sometimes 2 days before. So do be aware of that. And then you can sell it the day after the ex-dividend date. Some people sell the day of the ex-dividend date, but I like to sell the day after the ex-dividend date or a couple days later. Now remember, when it does pay out a dividend, the share price adjusts and goes down for the amount that the dividend was paid. So if it kind of goes like this, you want to catch it on the lows, just like we're doing at somewhat of a support level, even if it's a week or two before the ex-dividend date. And then when it goes up, you want to sell at that peak as long as it's after the ex-dividend date. That way you get some appreciation, but you also get a nice payout of Coney. Here we go. We're going to buy a few more shares here. We're going to go pretty heavy. 64 shares, $1,300. Share price is $20.98. See, I could have waited and got in at 20 here and made another 2.5% profit. I bought way too high, thinking that this was going to rip up just like it did earlier. So now all this return here, all this area of it coming back up, is just literally going to be me breaking even again. Literally going to be me breaking even. Even if it goes up 1%, that's only $13. So now I know for tomorrow, don't do that. I just thought this was going to continue to go up. As heavy as pressure there was, very heavy pressure, I thought I could get up to that $62,000 level again. It's selling off though, guys. We're going to have to probably, if this doesn't do anything, we may have to cut our losses today at about $11 on the day. That's actually not that bad. But it's funny because when I buy heavy, it sells off. I bought at 2107. It sells off. And when I sell, it ends up going up. So I'm going to start trying to do the opposite of what I tell myself to do. or even just wait a little longer for confirmation and all that. Now it may bounce off of this 200-day moving average, or it could just clear, it could just blow right past it. Bitcoin pushing up, Bitcoin Cash pushing up. So we'll see if we can at least make our money back. Nope. I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. I go live every single morning at market open for about an hour. We are right around that 45-minute mark. Yeah, a lot of selling pressure. And understanding where to buy. Fear of missing out is real. I still do it after, you know, years of trading. Understanding like, hey, 50 shares up here is not a good idea, but 50 shares down here would have been a much better idea. Being able to benefit very nicely off of this push. 3% on, you know, $1,300 could be easily $40. Easily. Went all the way up and touched that EMA, that 45-day moving average blue line, and then crashed right back down. So it definitely isn't a downward trend. I may take the $6 loss on the day since it's not as much. Give it another couple minutes here and see. See what it does, if we get one more good push or if it's going to sell off. This is very heavy resistance now as old support levels become resistance levels. Scott Boss, so what do you think of NKE? Because Nike still Nike. Because Nike still Nike. Let's take a look. Whoa. Is this right? Holy moly macaroni, guys. Yeah, I mean, Nike could technically be a good play. It's super oversold. I mean, it's more oversold than its previous support level at $80. It's all the way down to $74.29. This is its new level of trading, presenting a new support level down here. Old support levels become resistance levels, so be aware that this may be its area of trading for a little while. Potential 6% to 7% profit from these lows. What happened? What happened? Nike falls after 4Q revenue miss. Warning of FY outlook. Nike Converse sales fall to lowest level in over a year. Nike sees lower sales in FY25 after missing 4Q plan. JD Sports shares slide on Nike's disappointing update, and Nike stock on pace to open at lowest level since early pandemic. Whoa. Nike latest outlook cut undermines management credibility. Disappointing report weighs on shares. Nike sells off isn't looking like buy the dip moment, so don't buy the dip at the moment. It could sell off more. Nike loses another bull over outlook cut. Nike should see healthier business over medium term amid market reset. Whoa, that is insane, guys. That is a 20% loss in their market cap. 20%. Ouch. Major, don't know about in the US, but in the UK, the prices are out of touch for traders. Yeah, I probably wouldn't touch this for a while, guys. Now, we are going to put this on our oversold watch list. Whoops. Because, what the heck did I do? Because it is definitely oversold. So that will be going into our watch list, but wow. Major, historically I used to pay like 45 quid for trainers. I have accepted 65 to 80 lately for Nikes. Major, they are selling for 150 for the flagship shoes. Yeah, I mean, I was big on Nikes and Jordans for a long time too, and now I don't even really buy them anymore. It's weird. I think they had their run, guys. They had their era of opportunity. Okay, here we go. Mara did push up nicely. We could get out of this big position here and still be positive on the day. But I'm gonna wait and see if this pushes a little bit more, as it is finding that support now. This is a resistance. It's now a support level, making lower lows and lower highs. Bad idea. Should have sold where I was. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna sell out. Oh, I sold 50 shares. Shoot. Should have sold the rest of them. Should have sold all of them at the same time. Pushing up, and see, shouldn't have sold. Now, I'm not losing any money, but I definitely could have made some money. So, oops. Why I only sold the 50 shares and not the other 14? I guess I had 50 on there preset instead of all. And again, should have waited. Now it's going to push up. I'm going to miss out on an opportunity to make some decent money here. Wow. I can't believe that. Wow, look at that. Holy mother. It is pushing up very nicely. Sold way too early. Sold way too early. Yeah. Wow. That's a little frustrating right there on that one. Now, I didn't take a loss, but I sold 50 shares at 20.88. At 20.88, guys. Missing out on that $20 run. $20, $25, almost $30 right there. I would have been up $40 on the day. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And that's not what we do here. So, shaking it off. Not bad. Still ended the day on a green note. Up about $9. Holy moly, man. That is crazy. About a 0.6 of our account. So we didn't hit our 2 or 3% goal of the day. Key areas that I could focus on and that we could all take into consideration is not buying so high up at 2107 for the fear of missing out, when obviously there's a clear resistance here. and there's clear resistance here. Like I could have even drew a line, like say here, and this would have been an area to sell. This could have been like a dead zone. You don't buy in this area, you only sell in this area. And then I could have set up a buy range, like say around here for today, to where if it goes anywhere in this area, I buy. I buy here, I sell there. And look at it pushing up. Holy moly. Could have been my could have been a $50, $60 day very easily. $2%. Yep, $50 to $60 very easily. Oh man. That's crazy. But we still ended the day on a green note. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. We are moving at about an hour on the live stream. Major, I have just caught a minute scalp on NVIDIA. NVIDIA pushed up a little bit. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Nike pushing up a little bit here. Nike up 2.5% this morning. Notice Microsoft is rising too, Major said. MSFT, let's take a look. Major, nice stream, can't win them all. That's true, Major. That's very true. Ooh, look at this one. Microsoft up 1.2%. Good call out on that one, Major. Very nice. Ha! Oh my gosh, Mara's pushing up so freaking much. Even because I bought too early. Or I bought too late. Or I bought too early on the high side. Sold too early on the low side. That's crazy. Here we go. Now Bitcoin's going to push up very nicely. Mara's going to continue to rise. Now Mara can go up even higher, guys. Mara can go up to some pretty crazy levels here. This is the highest it's been since June 20th. As you can see here, heavy resistance all in May and June. It is now crossing over, hitting our alert. So I got to set my alert higher. Nice green candle today. Very, very nice green candle on the 4 hour. Up 5%, as this does run up usually 6 to 5% daily. This one up 4%. This one is also up now 5%. And as you can see here, it has a new trend line that it is taking into account. Wow, it's still pushing up too. Holy smokas, guys. Buying at 2033 and up to here is a 5 or 6% move. We knew what was going to happen. We were just waiting for it too. Major, I have failing options. I need to exit on Microsoft. Yep. Go for it, man. Cut your losses. Look at that. 4% move in less than 15 minutes. Ooh-wee. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I am going to end it here. Let's remember to practice. Lock in your profits. We did lock in profits. We did end the day on a green note. We were down as low as 20-something dollars and came back from the dead, locking in about $9. Could have been a lot more, but we are going to refine our trade strategy, do a little bit better job tomorrow. And guys, it's a short week. Wednesday is a half a day, and Thursday the markets will be closed due to Independence Day, or as we all call it, 4th of July. So do be aware of that. It is going to be slightly shorter trading week. So let's all end the week on a green note, and hopefully the year on a green note as well. We will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for all of you attending, And hopefully we see you all back here tomorrow at the same time. Go check out some of my other videos. I have a trader's checklist and criteria video. Also, how to be consistent and consistently grow your account daily, as this is now our 6th green day in a row. We're aiming to have July be filled with green days. Hopefully all 20 days will be green. And so stick around and watch as we double this account. Thank you, and you guys have a great day.